Brazos on the fullback carry.
We get things started this week. Bossier City at Minnesota. Mickey Melillo's return to St. Paul, and it lived up to the billing early on. It was Minnesota's defense that was standing tall. David Leathers with the interception, but how about Stuart Zomilya stepping in front of it, getting the ball back to Mickey Melillo, who gets the first points of this game, makes it 3-0 against the undefeated Minnesota legend. Number 3, Josh Gint, the Melillo replacement, swings the left leg. That's good off a 10-play drive. We're tied at 3. Jack Wigmore then fires to Johnny Bravo, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Here early through 4 weeks, he has been unstoppable defensively. Reno deep down the field finds Jay Taylor in a 3-3 ball game. Taylor gets him into the red zone, and Colin Hart, as he has done so often in his career, finishes the job. 10-3 Minnesota on top. Gint from deep hits that one, makes it 13-3. Gint from less deep still counts. 16-3 Minnesota at the half. Bossier City back on defense here in the third quarter, and okay, Gunny, that'll be all and more with the interception all the way to the red zone. 16-3, Bossier City building some momentum. Wigmore into Ladam McBrownski for the touchdown. 16-10, rookies having a nice season. Reno then down the middle finds Taylor again late in the third quarter as Minnesota tries to re-extend that lead, and they do. Colin Hart touchdown number 2. 23-10 Minnesota. Rob Noel on the carry. He would get moving in the second half. Later in the drive, Wigmore to Garrison. Columbia Blue on this night makes the touchdown to 23-17. Then it was Melillo's time to shine against his former team. Under 7 minutes to go, hits that field goal, makes it 23-20. Then under 2 minutes to go, ties the game at 23, sends us to overtime. Then in overtime, Bossier City's Rob Noel slide to the right. Bossier City electric on their sideline, getting them into scoring position, but just for good measure, it's Wigmore to Jeff Banfield inside the 10, and that's going to set up the former Minnesota legend, Mickey Melillo, for the game winner. Oh, he almost choked, but he made it. 26-23, Bossier City with the win. A double dose of overtime in week 4. Birmingham at Miami. The defense getting things started for the Hellhounds. Tank Bennett sets up that field goal for Birmingham, and then another field goal for Miami makes it 3-3, but trust me, there will be plenty more scoring in this one. Iman Kopech deep down the field finds Talababi in her first season with Miami, and then from the 1-yard line, Goosebusters with the touchdown. 10-3. We got geese, stingrays, all sorts of stuff going on in this game. Sponsored by Crayola. Just kidding. A lot of color in this game. Goodman dropping a throw for Birmingham. That pass is caught. Ivan Lazardi making the play and tying the game at 10. What a season that he's had so far. Deep kick off the ensuing kickoff. It's Nick. Don't blink twice. There goes Nick twice. The first kick return this season, and twice is into the end zone for the score. 17-10 Miami goes up by a touchdown. And Goodman on the scramble. Not the fastest dude, but gets it done all the way to the Miami 40. Later in the drive, Bailey O'Shaughnessy with the score, 17-17. Midway through the third, Miami would strike back. Blanton over the middle into traffic, finding Leon Sandcastle. Still tied. Kopech, end zone. Nicky's in the end zone twice for the score. 24-17. Miami on top of Birmingham. Oh, speaking of twice, are we going to have another one? We got another animal in this game. It's Jay Viper all the way for the score. 24-24. The Hellhounds tie the game up again and take the momentum away from the winless Stingrays. Then deep ball down the field. That's complete. Birmingham keeps it going with Dylan Lewis, then Jordan Goodman with the swan dive. See what I did there in the end zone. 31-24. Birmingham's up by 7. Then a little run to the outside for Miami. Patrick Rudlang into the end zone. Al Dillapre, we're tied at 31, and we're going to overtime again. In overtime, Goodman, Lewis gets free inside the 10. Birmingham sets themselves up for a game winner from Jordan Bradshaw. Right now, Birmingham stays undefeated, 34-31. They win over Miami. Chicago at Detroit. A battle in the East. And early on, Ethan Flowers whoops right to Derek Majors, and he's out of here. Touchdown, Chicago, 7-0. Yikes, not the start that the Maulers wanted in this one. The winless Warriors and the undefeated Maulers. Chicago, whoops, throws it right to J.W. Hartshorn. Did type attack, and trust me, J.W. will tell you all about it if you ask. 7-0 Chicago. Flowers drops to throw, finds Robert Henson Jr. down to the 2-yard line. Detroit's in business, then Rashawn Williams, the rookie, into the end zone for the score. 7-7. We're all knotted up in Michigan. Cheerleaders getting some TV time here on the highlight show. Now back to football. Williams picks up 9. Flowers drops to throw into the red zone. That's Robert Henson Jr. again, and it's Andrew Gibson all the way down to the 3. He might lose his PS5 behind his television, but he found the end zone twice on this day. There's the first one. Touchdown Detroit, 14-7. The Maulers on top. Then Scylla Aldmere, tough to say, easy to love. Detroit's up 17-7. Type attack. Dropping a throw, finds Caleb Giffis, the former Florida Storm member, down the field, keeping the drive alive. Then Patak rolling to his left. Going to get crushed from behind near a first down. As we near halftime, Logan Lee. Chicago can run too. First down inside the 10-yard line for Lee. And then it's the Fretz, Prince of Chicago. Jesse Fretz into the end zone for the score. 17-14. Detroit is up 3. Aldmere with the field goal makes it 20-14 midway through the third quarter. Chicago didn't have much answer after that. Too much on the ground for Detroit. Williams on the run, picking up a first down. Then Williams on the run, picking up a first down and more, dragging defenders all the way down to the 2. Gibson would finish him off into the end zone for the score. 27-14 Detroit. One last chance for Chicago in scoring position, down 2 scores. They gotta have it, can't have it. Crown him. King Jamal for Detroit picks him off. 27-14. The Maulers go to 3-0 on the young season. Fort Worth at Lexington. Early on in this one, it's Sophia Peaches getting the first points of the game. 3-0 Toros. Scar Patterson to Stephen Hacker. Over the middle, we're into the second quarter. And then it becomes the Jay-Z Bacon show all the way down to the 12. And Bacon into the end zone. Makes it 10-0. But Bacon again getting the first down to the 32-yard line. This is in the third quarter. Still nothing from Lexington's offense. Plenty of Bacon. Another first down. Bacon again. All the way down to the 4-yard line. I'm starving. Scar Patterson into the end zone for the score. Touchdown on a little scramble. 17-0. All Toros. Patterson straight drop back. Finds the hack attack to the Lexington 40. Next play. Jet, I got more yards on this play than 0. Picking up a first down, a whole lot more. The 23-yard line late in the third quarter. Patterson. Hacker. One more time. Down to the 5. Guess who? In the end zone. Bacon. Took him a little while, but it was a nice stroll. 24-0. Fort Worth sizzling in Kentucky. Who you going to call if you're Lexington and you need a spark? Number 18, Gabriel Manning with the electric shoes, getting around the edge. He is G-O-N-E. What's that spell? Gone. 24-7. Fort Worth up by 17. But Lexington has life. Scar Patterson dropping a throw. Watch this. Lexington Bridge is falling down. 2 players had him caught in the backfield and couldn't make it happen. Henry McGee gets the first down. Hacker breaking tackles. Up by 31-7 Fort Worth. Rolling again. Kenny Slider trying to get Lexington back on track. That's not going to work. Ben Stone takes it all the way for the score. In his 10th season with the touchdown, 38-7. 4.5 to go. Lexington didn't quit. Kenny Slider going over to Alex West with a touchdown on the out route. Peaches adds 3 for good measure. 41-14 at this point. Don't see a lot of blowouts like this in the SFL these days, but no quit in Lexington. DJ Bandit then Alex West with his second touchdown of the day, got that incentive money, but also got a 20-point loss. Fort Worth cruises. Washington at Arizona. This was a big one on the Saturday slate, but I don't know that it necessarily lived up to the billing because Arizona showed up big time. This was a big call early in this game. A pass interference inside the 5-yard line against Washington helped set up DJ Moses, the second, in for his first score. 7-0 Arizona. Rob Ems on the next drive for the Scorpions makes it 10-0 halfway through the second quarter. Washington still looking to show up to the party. Tommy Utah throws it to Everett Garrison. That's not going to help matters. Garrison to the hizzy. 17-0. Arizona on top. Big, early, and often, and late, and always, except Ashley Jackson goes down on that play. Excellent stop in the backfield for Washington. 44-yard field goal. Rob Ems, swing of the leg, makes it 20-0. All's well that ends well. Arizona gets points up on the board. Arizona's got the football again, and Will Todd breaking tackles again. Todd down the sideline. The Scorpion just looks bigger on him in those uniforms. Jackson dropping a throw. She's had a phenomenal start to the season when healthy. Talon Steele with the catch. Halfway through the third, Lenore West, you know what she hates? Going out of bounds. West all the way down to the 3-yard line. First down, Scorpions. Toss play to Will Todd playing bully ball. Took Washington's lunch money. 27 Zippo. Tried and got to get something going. Dwayne Salmon's on the ground with a nice stiff arm down the sideline. And it's Christopher Dean shaking off a tackle, squeezing through, getting into Arizona territory. Washington would get the field goal, make it 27-3. At least the Trident are on the board, trying to hang around in this one. Nathaniel Diggs with that sack, by the way, earlier in the highlight. The former Scorpion. T to Queen. We've had King Jamal and T to Queen. And when are we going to get the princes and poppers around here? Will Todd with that run. DJ Moses the second with touchdown number 2. It's all Arizona, 34-3. Anchorage at Mexico City on Valentine's Day. A lot of love between these two teams, at least early on, and all Reds for Mexico City in celebration. Chaz Blackwater with the field goal makes it 3-0. Jonathan Kilgore over the middle for the Wolves. John Osmosis getting that first down. Anchorage making the long trip south, but takes the early lead. Kevin Parker into the end zone gives Anchorage the advantage, 7-3. Jordan Sipe over the middle. Jason Bartley, first down, number 10 for Mexico City, getting things moving as well. Ron Haynes over the middle. And then Noe Terrazas from the fullback spot makes it 10-7. Mexico City up 3. This was one of the best games of the weekend. Very well played. Balls in Yolia with the interception, but she fumbled a week after she got hurt. Guy Clausen with the recovery, and then Anchorage able to tie the game at 10. Tough start to the season for Yolia off a 14-play drive. Chaz Blackwater puts Mexico City back in front, 13-10. We got a ball game. Anchorage not going away. John Osmosis past midfield. They were here to play. They're actually 7.5-point favorites on the road in this one. That's Kevin Parker again into the red zone. A lot of faith in the 2-1 Wolves to start the season. John Osmosis, stiff arm, he's not messing around. Diving into the end zone. Anchorage takes the lead 17-13. Then Garfield with the field goal makes it 20-13. Anchorage is looking good, but then, oh no! Terrazas! Touchdown Mexico City, 20-20. We're all tied up, and Terrazas would not be denied in the second half. Sipe to Terrazas again into Anchorage territory. 4 minutes left. Sipe, Terrazas inside the 10-yard line. Then Jordan Sipe says, I can do it myself. And Mexico City takes the lead 27-20. Ugly fourth quarter for Anchorage's Silas Christensen throws that one to Liam Ryan, and Liam Ryan gets all the way down to the 11-yard line. Chaz Blackwater hits a field goal, makes it a 2-score game. Anchorage is still desperate. Same play, I think, picked off by Gerard Brody, and this time he finishes the Wolves. 37-20. Aztecs pour it on in the fourth quarter. The Wolves would get one last score. Ryan Davis into the red zone, and then Hey, DJ Kilgannon's $100 super chat even made SFL Blitz. Kevin Parker in for the second time, but the Aztecs win 37-27. Houston at Carolina. The Skyhawks trying to get things moving this season against the unbeaten Headhunters. Mikhail Pajak fitting that into a tight window, getting Carolina down the field late in the first quarter. Chris Curtis with that catch, and then it's Pajak to Chase Earl right at the goal line. Touchdown Carolina. Off to a fast start, 7-0. Sonny J with the first of many field goals to start the second quarter, makes it 7-3. John Lakeman finds Mac Chima, who was hurt last week. Welcome back, Mac. Then again, it's Chima into the red zone. Houston's in business, 7-3, toss out. Warren Murray, the War Machine, in for the score, 10-7. Houston's ahead. Pajak down the field, finds Al Ingram III. Problem is he's on Houston. Ingram all the way down to the 21-yard line. Mateo Privado saved the touchdown. Then Lakeman, somebody call a doctor. DR Sim with the touchdown, 17-7. Houston on top. Malone Brown gets Carolina within one score, but Houston would keep their distance, 17-10. Man, it's bright out here. Somebody get the Skyhawks some sunscreen. Sonny J with his second field goal, then his third field goal, 23-10. Headhunters keeping their distance against the Skyhawks. Fourth quarter now. Lakeman trying to put the game away, but Shravan Prasad around the edge helps build some momentum for Carolina. They would get the football back. Pajak dropping to throw, finds Adam Banks, is open for the score, 23-17. Carolina not done yet, but just too much sunshine. 26-17, Sonny J puts Houston back up 9. No quit in Carolina. Pajak to Adam Banks. It's a robbery down the field. Banks trying to score inside the 15. Ushered out of bounds at the 10. Got to stop the clock in dark times like this. Pajak dropping a throw into the end zone. Gertacini, 26-24. Got to recover the onside kick, but Houston does that and stays undefeated. Carolina 0-3, 26-24. Headhunters with the dub. Los Angeles taking a visit to Albuquerque. Sully Richardson shaking off of a sack and then throwing a pick. Daniel Valentine on Valentine's Day weekend, no less, staying in bounds all the way into the 13-yard line. That was on the first throw of the game for Sully, and it would be a spell of things to come for the Albuquerque Adams. That ball into the end zone from Cyrus Jive finds K. Marion. Those two are connecting a lot this season and every season, really. Richardson this time out of a sack. Breaks a double team and hits LZ Pryor for the first down. Then Sully over the middle. Stephen McMichaels with the touchdown. I bet Oklahoma City is bummed to see him walking out the door. 7-7 late in the first quarter. Sammy steel-toe boosts in the field goal. Makes it 10-7 Adams with 3:38 to go in the first half. Now it's Richardson back to work in another tight window. That's Chris Lee making that catch. Sully finds LZ Pryor wide open. Nice find. And then one more time, Sully finding Stephen McMichaels, looking to break the tackle and get into the end zone, diving across the pylon for the touchdown. 14-10 with 56 seconds to go, but an impressive drive by Albuquerque just before the end of the first half gets him into scoring range. And the Adams put in a field goal, 14-13, Los Angeles up late third quarter. Sully picked off again, the former DC Dragon Saeed Gore getting up stairs and getting his big old paws on a turnover. Late third, Jive, deep, drop back, trying to take off himself, but the lane is closed. Los Angeles forces another Sammy Steele field goal, but Albuquerque takes the lead at 16-14. Sully again dropping back, and he's picked again. Where did he come from? Moose Papineau puts the game on ice and gets his number on the scoreboard. Touchdown, Albuquerque. They go up 23-14, and who knows, maybe the Adams have got their mojo back after an 0-3 start to the season. Stephen McMichaels with that catch with 2 minutes to go. Sully Richardson hurrying his boys and girls up to the line. Chris Lee with the catch at the 2-minute warning. Richardson play fake, fires McMichaels inside the 10. LA continues to move out of timeouts. It's Chris Lee in the back of the end zone for the score, 23-21. Los Angeles just needs an onside kick recovery. They almost got it, but they didn't get it. Albuquerque holds on to win, 23-21. Monday Night Spectacular closed out our week, and it was spectacular. Vancouver at Pittsburgh. Christian Brown early on looked really flustered by Pittsburgh's defense, who was coming at him from all directions. Kane Vasquez with the interception there. Then Ace Fenech in the end zone finds Ziggy Ronick for the Pittsburgh touchdown, 7-0. Riverhogs, and Otis Boudreau field goal made it 10-0 down near the end of the first quarter. All Riverhogs in the first quarter, no doubt. Watch this play. What a big hit in the backfield by Brock Busey, and then Brian Craven takes it back for a defensive score and a touchdown. 17-0 Riverhogs, but J.W. Doyle calmed the troops. The longest run of his 4K23 career, 43 yards for the first down. Vancouver just before the end of the quarter. Watch this play, 3rd and long. Christian Brown finding Ezekiel Bear, one-on-one coverage. It was 3rd and 18, and Vancouver turned it in to a touchdown. That was the start of Vancouver's turnaround. After a defensive stop, chance to win gets Vancouver 3 more points, 17-10 as we head into the half. First minute of the third quarter, Ace Fenech looking for someone deep, and it is a double coverage interception, and Mark Lopez with a caravan in front of him all the way down to the Pittsburgh 41-yard line. Vancouver in business, but they still could not take the lead. Chance to win with the field goal as Pittsburgh's defense holds again, 17-13. Then Nick Lockett started to get going into Pittsburgh territory with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brown again quickly finds Lockett, first down with 1.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Christian Brown does it himself, touchdown, 20-17. Vancouver takes their first lead of the night. Ace Fenech again just doesn't know where to go with the football. Maybe there's nowhere to go with the football. Emmanuel Blackman with the interception, and now Pittsburgh is in trouble. Very next play, Brown shakes off a sack, and look at Nick Lockett, wide open, one-on-one coverage, in fact, but it goes right through the hands of Ness Genkel, and Nick Lockett's got a 71-yard score, 27 unanswered points for Vancouver as Christian Brown fires and is intercepted by Vasquez once more. Pittsburgh finally has life, but you know how many yards they got on the next drive? 4. On 4 plays. They got to settle for 3 again. 27-20, but there's still hope in Pennsylvania, but Ace Fenech on 4th down threw it to the wrong shoulder of Ziggy Ronick, and Vancouver gets a thrilling victory, 27-20, and Nick Lockett is your offensive player of the week. You know, the last time he had 135 yards or more and a touchdown was Valentine's Day last year, 363 days ago. Shout out to Nick Lockett for a great performance. Hey, you know, Arizona's only given up 9 points in the last 3 weeks. That's partially due to Everett Garrison. That was his first 4K23 era pick 6. And then, finally, on special teams, how could it not be Mickey Melillo playing his former team in their house, accounted for 18 points, including the game-tying and game-winning field goal. What a night for Mickey Melillo. Your top Week 5 matchups coming up next week on Friday. Look at Birmingham and Houston to start us off. Anchorage and Washington in the nightcap at 10 p.m. Eastern. That is going to be a really good game out west. And then Saturday, all eyes will be on Mexico City and Fort Worth, 2 southern rivals duking it out. And can Pittsburgh do anything about this 1-3 start? They're at 2-1 DC. Finally, the monsters of the Midwest, Detroit and Minnesota, are on your Monday Night Spectacular. That was another episode of SFL Blitz. We'll see you back here next Tuesday for more SFL action, and on Friday on the Virtual Football Network for the start of Week 5.